Porsche has quietly taken everything it's learned from decades of customer racing and distilled that experience into two sharper, smarter track tools for 2026: the newly christened 911 Cup, the Spec Series Racer, and the refined 911 GT3 R, the open-class contender. These aren't mere tweaks. Think of them as the result of thousands of race starts boiled down into practical upgrades that make life easier for teams and faster for drivers. The 911 Cup is the more focused of the two, built on the latest 992.2 platform. It's a spec racer redesigned to reduce operating costs and headaches over a season. Porsche reworked the aero with practical team-friendly features, integrated louvres in the front fenders, turning vanes behind the wheel arches, and a three-piece modular front splitter that's cheaper and quicker to repair when contact happens. They even removed daytime running lights that had a habit of puncturing radiators in small incidents. It's the kind of detail that saves a weekend. The engine remains naturally aspirated, but it's been nudged to 520 horsepower, up from 510, with hardware borrowings like individual throttle bodies and longer valve events for sharper response. The 911 GT3 R gets an equally thoughtful evolution. Porsche's engineers fed back data from over 500 race starts and more than 420 podiums to refine suspension kinematics, aero balance, and durability. New louvres above the front arches work with revised double wishbone geometry to cut pitch sensitivity under heavy braking, a real plus at places where braking balance makes or breaks lap times. At the rear, a small 4mm Gurney flap on the swan neck wing and the reinforced underbody add downforce and setup flexibility, while tweaks to the multi-link rear reduce squat under acceleration. Add in 5th-generation Bosch ABS and upgraded cooling, and you've got a car that should feel more predictable and easier to tune. Porsche didn't ignore durability or race fleet economics either. Ceramic wheel bearings, beefed-up power steering cooling, and a USB-based remote logger unit that can be swapped during pit stops are all aimed at minimizing surprises and keeping cars running longer between services. Inside both cockpits, simplified controls and multifunction steering wheels reduce the reliance on laptops during frantic setup windows, a small change that can make big differences on race day. Sustainability gets a mention too. Porsche is using recycled carbon fiber components and bio-based epoxy in parts like the doors, rear lid, and wing, a sign that even at the bleeding edge of motorsport, manufacturers are thinking about material sourcing. As for the headline specs, the 911 Cup carries a 4.0 liters flat-six making 520 horsepower and weighs around 2,840 pounds. The GT3 R uses a 4.2 liters flat-six with about 565 horsepower and a quoted weight near 2,789 pounds. Both cars will race in 2026, and existing GT3 R owners can opt for upgrade kits starting around 41,000.